hang on. Don't talk at once, please. Brian, you say, what are the crimes? That's the point. We don't know, and we may never know.
You're looking for crimes because Donald Trump is looking for crimes because he doesn't like Liz Cheney and the fact that she did oversight.
He genuinely believes she's He genuinely believes she's committed crimes.
Here's the point. To Julie's exact point, first of all, what crimes? Second of all, it costs money to get legal representation to go prove all of this stuff. And third of all, it's moot because all of these people have immunity anyway. You are allowed to act in your oversight capacity in Congress and the Senate to pass legislation, to discuss this stuff.
You can't break the law.
The exact same thing from Donald Trump. This is Brian Tyler Cohen, and with a straight face. Well, it's not too straight because it's a hard argument. He's trying to argue in favor of immunity for members of the House, but not Trump. When he was president, he got arraigned for actions while he was still president before he left office. Trump didn't get immunity, but you're arguing that Congress is? Are you out of your mind? Brian Tyler Cohen is going to get destroyed here by Vinny from the Patrick Bet David podcast. Vinny's going to go off on this dude and the woman. It's Julie Rudisky or whatever her name is on the panel. He's just going to absolutely torch them. He's not going to hold back. Let's go. This is a fiery one. This one's going to be more about chaos. Let's go.
When Trump had to spend on lawyers, you didn't care about that.
But what law was broken? Yeah, you're right. They can't break the law, but there was no law that was broken. But it doesn't change the fact.
So why do you need an all-encompassing immunity if you've never broken the law?
Why do you need all-encompassing immunity if there's no laws broken?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me bring in Vinny.
I don't know if you guys are playing dumb or not, but the fact is,
I don't think it's us playing dumb, Brian.
It costs money to move forward with this.
Okay, I'm actually playing devil's advocate. I'll tell you what, look, hang on, I'm going to bring Vinny in, but I am playing devil's advocate here because I do think there's a shocking hypocrisy by the Democrats, led by Joe Biden. The whole year they banged on about the rule of law. No one's above the rule of law. And here is President Biden in his last few weeks basically riding roughshod over the rule of law to bail out all his family and all his mates.
You're pretending that it's happening in a vacuum. Piers, you're pretending that it's happening in a vacuum, and not because Donald Trump has come out and said that he's going to use...
I'm saying you reap what you sow, though. You reap what you sow.
But Donald Trump has promised to use his Justice Department as a vehicle to enact his personal retribution toward. That is why it's happening.
All right.
By pretending that there's...
Brian, let me bring in Vinny.
You're saying good for Brian. Good, because we want Brian. Good for him. If they did illegal shit, then go to jail. You guys are talking all that crap, and you're warning what Trump is going to do to what Biden and his DOJ has done this entire 4 years. Are you not seeing it? And
what
if you think I'm just feel bad because they're going to have to spend money, excuse me.
What did they do? Do you think Donald Trump should have stored those documents in Mar-a-Lago?
For them, Julie, spending money on lawyers? How much money have they gutted out of Donald Trump? How many people have suffered for that fake-ass crossfire hurricane?
Zero, because he had his campaign paid for everything. Zero,
Russia
because people
collusion,
sent money
Hillary
into him.
got fined, DNC got fined. You're not going to talk over me. Let me finish. Thank you. And your whole, he incited an insurrection. It's all bullshit. There was no insurrection. He said, go quiet, go peaceful, don't hurt anybody. It got out of hand, but well, the FBI can't even answer. How many FBI agents were on the ground? Ted Cruz asked her in Congress.
Oh
how many of them incited violence? It's all fake.
It's like listening
Nobody
to a
got
Facebook
arrested for
We're going to go down the...
Yeah, it is Brian Tyler Cohen. It is like listening to a Facebook comment section. You guys comment. Vinny's going off about Biden and the pardon and J6 investigations. Do you agree with him or not? Hit the Discord, hit the comment section.
Conspiracy rabbit hole, there's no point even talking about this because it's like one person is saying that the earth is round and somebody else is saying the earth is flat. You're a flat earther, and there's no point in debating.
All right, don't
it doesn't fit your narrative.
You're a flat earther,
although I would say, Julie, hang on. I would say, Julie.
We are so far apart in this political discussion here with Julie and Brian Tyler Cohen and Andrew Wilson and Vinny from Patrick Bet David podcast on the other side. We're so far away that Julie Rudisky believes that it's the same as a flat earth debate versus a sphere earth debate. That's what she's saying. She's going to call Andrew Wilson a flat earther here. Why? Because we're so far apart on how we view our politics. Y'all, I'm going to tell you what this is. I'm going to give you the definitive takeaway from this. And I know I've got a lot of people who are left in the channel in the comments. I'm not even trying to argue. I do not want to relitigate J6. That's not the point of this. I'll tell you the point at the end. Stay at the end.
If we're going to go down conspiracy routes, I do remember a 2-year conspiracy being peddled by almost everyone in the American media that Trump had the election fixed by his collusion with Vladimir Putin, which turned out to be horseshit.
That's right.
So, it does depend which conspiracy theory you want to hitch
Is
your
that in
home
relation to Robert Mueller's investigation?
I don't recall ever saying that Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump colluded to steal the election. So let's not say that everybody
but a lot of people did.
I will say to you,
and the media did fuel that bullshit for 2 years.
But you're asking me to debate. But Piers, you're asking right now for me to debate somebody who thinks that January 6th was a peaceful protest that got out of hand because the FBI set up these poor MAGA people to go beat up cops.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, if we're going to have that kind of conversation, if we're going to have that kind of conversation, stop screaming in my ear, please. If we're going to have that kind of conversation,
why did Nancy Pelosi down National Guard?
The earth is flat.
Why did they not want the National Guard there?
Just for the record,
why did Stephen Son, the chief of Capitol Police,
National
say
Guard,
that they were requesting help?
I know they're yelling. It's hard to follow. This episode is going to be about literal carnage, obviously not physical, but I mean verbal carnage after the show. Stay tuned for the takeaway. Don't even worry about the subject matter. Enjoy the carnage. I will break it down very concise and clear for you.
And she denied it. She's on camera. You're delusional. Okay.
If you're
I actually thought. Hang on.
I'm not interested.
Hang on. I actually thought the most interesting point that Trump made in relation to all that was the different double standard. I thought what happened on January 6th was appalling. And I think that a lot of people behaved extremely badly, and a lot of them should have gone to prison, which they did. I think maybe it was overdone, and some of them got ridiculously long sentences. But I thought the point that Trump made about the hypocrisy and double standard of how, for example, the BLM rioters were treated with the devastating damage that they caused, I thought it was a very good point. And I think, again, it comes back to the hypocrisy, right? Democrats cheered on the BLM rioters. That was all in the cause of tackling racism. But here you have people who believe they were standing up for democracy.
We don't even need to do all that. We don't need to go back and all that. It's fine to do that for the show. I'm not knocking the show or Pierce or anything like that. Here's the breakdown. Guys, we need a divorce. That's the clear, concise answer here. The positions that we have cannot coexist together as a country. If you think that J6 was an insurrection, then I don't want to share a country with you. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not even trying to argue with you. I don't want to argue with you. That means everybody in the comment section is going to argue with me on J6. I'm not trying to argue with you. Not on this video. We just don't see eye to eye on the world. We can't live together. Because if you think J6 is an insurrection, then I have to vote somebody, a political ally of mine, into power who will go after you or the people that you support. I can't sit back and have you call J6 an insurrection and then just be like, oh, okay, I disagree. Insurrection's a very strong term. I need someone to go after. If J6 is an insurrection, I don't give a damn about Liz Cheney's immunity. Go after her politically. Go after her in the judicial system. Everything. Make her spend the money just like you did with the alternate electors, just like you did with the J6ers. Let's go back at. And that, if you go back at them, that only makes us even. How could we even be even if you went after Trump 4 times, made him make a mugshot, bullet grazed to the ear, then all of that, not the bullet graze part, but the logistical, judicial part of it, 4 arraignments and 1 mugshot. Let's look at this playing chess. What is Donald Trump is the biggest populist figure in the history of this country, bigger than Andrew Jackson, bigger than anybody else that's ever existed politically in our country. That Donald Trump is greater than Obama getting arraigned 4 times and Hillary Clinton both getting arraigned 4 times. And if say that did happen, I'm just saying hypothetically, if Obama got arraigned 4 times and Hillary Clinton got arraigned 4 times, that we wouldn't even be even. But let's say I give you grace. We'd be even if that happened. So how do we stop this? divorce is the only answer. And somebody let me know if you have a better answer. I'm not trying to argue any of these points right now.